What's the science family? Welcome back to another video, and of course we're here with something a little bit different on the channel, something that I haven't tried before. Today we're going to be doing a Monday Night Raw review. Now usually how I like to do these, I just like to react to the YouTube clips posted on WWE's YouTube channel, but today I decided why not try something new? Why not actually give you guys more of an opinion-based video? Let you guys know how I feel about some of the matches, what went on throughout the night, and all that good stuff. Kicking off Monday Night Raw, we had Mr. Main Event Jey Uso himself coming through the crowd to a great celebratory feel. The crowd was electric for him. They were yeeting for him. They were singing his song. There were even moments during his promo where they would just get up and applaud. It was very cool to see, an awesome sight for him. You could tell that he didn't really have anything scripted. They kind of just sent him out there and told him, hey, just speak from your heart. And that's what he did. He got emotional. He was stumbling over his words. It was cool to see him talk about, his journey with Jimmy Uso and feeling like he didn't have the confidence to go on a single run, but now he finally does. And that's when Gunther came out. And someone in the comments said it best. Gunther basically gave him the John Jones. He said, beating you does nothing for my legacy, which, I mean, he's kind of right. I mean, I wouldn't say beating Jey Uso wouldn't not do anything for your legacy, but I don't think that 10 years down the line we're going to look at this feud and be like, oh, damn, when Gunther beat Jey Uso, that was a pivotal moment in his legacy. So, I mean, he's kind of got a point. But then Gunther goes on to tell Jey, I'm going to put you down like a diseased dog. And then he tells Jey, you better weigh your options, because if you choose me, it's going to be hell for you until WrestleMania. And that's when Jey said, I bet. I'm going to go to SmackDown, I'm going to talk to Cody, and I'm going to see if I'm going to yeet over there or yeet over here. Which, let's be honest, we all know he's going to face Gunther. As cool as it would be to see Jey Uso versus Cody Rhodes, I just don't think that's in plans. Next up, we had Penta versus Ludwig Kaiser. I'm not going to lie, y'all. This match impressed me. I like Ludwig Kaiser in this match. He had some very cool reversals. There's a couple that stood out to me. I remember he had one where Penta does the corner move where he sticks his feet up in the air. Ludwig just quickly got out of there, kicked him in the face. He had another one where Penta was going for the Hurricane Rana, and he kind of just threw him off. There was another one where Penta was trying to do a slingboard outside, and then Ludwig Kaiser just freaking smacks him in the face. It was crazy. It was crazy. Not like the craziest match, but I appreciate those little things, and I appreciate the work that Ludwig Kaiser's been putting in recently. He's been standing out, not gonna lie. Penta, on the other hand, man, I just cannot say enough great things about him. Very excited to see what the future holds for him. He's a great seller. Love how much he gets into it during his matches. Has great crowd work. Really want to see a feud with him and Rey Mysterio. I know that sounds so basic, but that'd be definitely cool to see, at least before Rey retires. Kind of like a passing of the torch moment. I think Penta versus Braun Breaker would be an absolute banger. That'd be an awesome match. Just a lot of awesome future matchups to look forward to. I can't wait to see what WWE does with Penta. I guess I should mention this also. Pete Dunne came out while Ludwig Kaiser was attacking Penta from behind, which, I get it. They're trying to build the mid-card scene, but Pete Dunne, he doesn't really do it for me, to be honest. That's nothing against the guy. I'm rooting for him. I want him to do well, but this whole, Butch gimmick that he has, even though he's not called Butch anymore, but he's telling the crowd not to call him that, even though the crowd's not calling. It's just it's kind of getting stale. So hopefully they can do something with him. And then we had Charlotte Flair come out, and man, did the crowd not hold back. Jesus. You could tell she was not expecting that type of response. She started talking about her injury and how she felt like she was never going to come back. All the time she spent on the shelf. Crowd didn't give two shits. But this is what I'll give Charlotte Flair credit for. As soon as she realized that she wasn't going to get the babyface response from the crowd, she really leaned into that heel gimmick, and it worked. And it worked on me, I'm not going to lie, because I am starting not to like Charlotte Flair. Rhea Ripley interrupts, and talks about how you gain respect for someone after going to war against them, and how she gained respect for Charlotte after their match at WrestleMania. She also then tells Charlotte, pick me for your match at WrestleMania. But that's when Charlotte says, wait. Don't you remember? I beat you first at WrestleMania. And that's when Rhea Ripley says, well, yeah, you did beat me, but I was young back then. And that's when Charlotte fires back and says, well, you just proved that to be the case now because you just interrupted me, assuming that I was going to pick you for WrestleMania when I didn't even call my shot yet. That leaves Rhea very angry, and she demands Charlotte to pick her, which, I won't lie, it's kind of weird. I'm seeing people say that it doesn't make sense for Rhea to beg Charlotte to pick her. I'm trying to more so see it as Charlotte Flair getting underneath Rhea's skin and Rhea needing to realize that she's not as mature as she thinks she is. All that being said, I still don't want to see this match. I'd much rather see Charlotte versus Tiffany Stratton. But moving on. Next, New Day come out and hey, look at this. They remembered. They remembered they needed a theme song. And look who made it this time around. Jim Johnson. Which, I don't know if I buy that because let's be honest, it still sounds like it's made by Def Rebel. But I digress. New Day, new attire, coming out, new theme, actually competing in a match. I appreciate it. I appreciate WWE actually doing something with them. The match was forgettable for the most part. Dragon Lee had a cool spot where he jumped from inside the ring, did a Hurricane Rana from the apron to the floor. Crazy spot, but the match was forgettable. Logan Paul came out, distracted Ray and Dragon Lee, costed them the match, which will probably build to Ray and Logan Paul's singles match for the Elimination Chamber qualifying. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Not too much to talk about here. Moving on. Liv Morgan would then go on to face Io Sky in the Elimination Chamber qualifying match after attacking her backstage earlier in the show. This match wasn't too bad. Io gave Liv Morgan a nasty knee that made her lips bleed. Freaking eyelashes coming out. Liv Morgan looked like a mess in this match. But I will admit, man, they have some good chemistry. It's definitely been brewing ever since their match at Saturday Night's Main Event. And I would even argue this match is probably better than the one at Saturday Night's Main Event. But then Rhea Ripley comes out, attacks Raquel Rodriguez. Liv Morgan gets her hands on Rhea Ripley, causing Rhea Ripley to hit her back, costing Io Sky the match. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm not sure where things are going to go from here. What I do know is I don't want to see Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley again. What I do want to see is Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky. I think that would be a phenomenal match. How are we going to get there? Who knows? Going to be intriguing to see what they'll do to set up that match if they set it up. Seth Rollins then comes out cosplaying as The Undertaker, addressing the crowd why he did what he did at Royal Rumble. Basically saying, I was right for what I did to Roman Reigns because for the past 4 years, Roman Reigns has turned his back on everyone and put everybody in danger, and he would have done the same to me if I wouldn't have done it first to him. He also then calls out how Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman always talk about their part-time schedule, and he basically says that he did them a favor, which you could tell he was expecting some oohs and ahs from that line, but that went over everybody's head, I'm not going to lie. But then he calls out Sami Zayn, asking him to come out, basically motivating him for his match against CM Punk and how he wants him to crush CM Punk's WrestleMania dreams. And that's where we end things off. Sami Zayn versus CM Punk. This match wasn't too bad. I think CM Punk does a great job of playing a heel during a match. I think he does a great job at working the crowd also. Like, he would always taunt Sami Zayn and be like, I'm levels above you. Or, you know, he'd like push him or like get in his face. Or, you know, that one moment when they're on the turnbuckle and he grabbed his face and forced him to look at the sign. And he's like, you see that? That's me. I'm going to WrestleMania. You're not. You know, like, that's the type of stuff that I appreciate from CM Punk out of this match. On top of him wrestling on a weekly show, that's something that we never get to see. So that was a cool little touch as well. After the match was over, CM Punk goes to shake Sami Zayn's hand. Sami thinks about it for a second, but then he finally shakes it. And then Kevin Owens comes from behind, looking menacing as he ever has. He's got this big black eye. His eyes look dark. He just looks possessed, man. He just looks mean. He picks up Sami Zayn, puts in a package pile driver, and that's how the show ends. And man, I just can't help to feel for Sami. It just feels like week after week he's getting beat up or just squashed, losing in matches. It's almost starting to lead me to believe that they have huge plans for Sami Zayn, which I don't want to get my hopes up. You know, I don't want to lead myself on, but the way that they have in Seth Rollins tell him that he deserves more, and Karrion Kross is telling him how he shouldn't celebrate for Jey Uso's victory, it's leading me to believe that they have something planned for Sami Zayn. I don't know. That's just me wishful thinking. But yeah, that'll pretty much wrap this video up. Let me know what you guys think about this Monday Night Raw. Let me know what you guys think about this style of video too. Did you guys like it? Would you guys want to see more? Do you guys prefer just the reactions? But yeah, that'll wrap this video up. Thank you guys for watching. Please make sure to leave a comment. As always, peace, love, positivity. Love you guys. Take care of yourself. Peace.